Welcome to State of the Matrix, where we deconstruct the fabric of reality and consciousness. Here, we unravel illusions and dive deep into the hidden layers of existence. Join us on this continuous journey of awakening. In today's video, the second on this channel, we will be exploring the work of Roberto Assagioli, the founder of Psychosynthesis, who integrated visualization techniques into his therapeutic approach to help patients gain a broader perspective on life and their problems. One of these techniques involves having patients visualize large-scale astronomical phenomena in the cosmos, encouraging them to reflect on their place within the material universe. This exercise aims to foster a sense of detachment from emotions associated with immediate issues, reduce the ego's dominance, and open the mind to higher, transpersonal experiences. By encouraging patients in a state of prepared calm to picture themselves in the context of the vast universe, Assagioli's technique helps them move beyond personal limitations and access a greater sense of interconnectedness, purpose, and spiritual insight. This cosmic perspective can be particularly helpful in exploring the higher self and one's potential for self-realization. The technique is not only about detachment from worldly concerns, but also about encouraging the individual to tap into more refined layers of consciousness and align with their higher purpose. This method reflects his broader emphasis on psychosynthesis as a holistic, integrative approach that includes personal, spiritual, and universal elements. In my view, after being aware of this for many years and interested in astrophysics along the way, a deep awareness of expansive context is essential to providing perspective, helping to dissolve pettiness and small-mindedness. Psychosynthesis aims to avoid nihilism and meaninglessness, much like the existential philosopher Camus, who was discussed in the previous video, but approaching it from a deeply spiritual angle, re-establishing and/or strengthening the bridge into the higher spiritual aspects of reality. Much like Camus' focus on confronting the absurd, Psychosynthesis encourages people to face the vast unknown without succumbing to existential despair, instead integrating these insights to enrich their sense of self and connectedness. The cosmic visualization technique aligns well with an interest in astrophysics, providing a powerful, existential, yet spiritual framework for personal growth. Assagioli's technique for expanding a patient's awareness through visualizing the cosmos follows a structured but fluid approach, typical of his broader psychosynthesis methods, and can be incorporated into your own approach. While there isn't a single rigid procedure, it generally involves the following steps. 1. Centering and relaxation. Assagioli often began by guiding the patient into a state of calm and relaxation. This helps quiet the mind and prepare it for deep, focused visualization. Techniques like deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or light meditation are common at this stage. 2. Guided visualization. The therapist would then direct the patient's imagination outward, encouraging them to visualize space, stars, galaxies, and the vastness of the universe around them. The patient might be asked to picture themselves as a small part of this grand, expansive context. 3. Expanding awareness. As the visualization progresses, the patient is encouraged to contemplate their position in the universe. The goal is to have them reflect on the sheer scale of existence, their relatively small size and insignificance, and to move beyond their usual ego-bound concerns. 4th, detachment from personal problems. This phase is meant to help the patient experience a shift in perspective. By visualizing their place within the cosmos, they might gain a sense of detachment from their immediate struggles, neuroticism, or other personal limitations, seeing these as smaller parts of a much larger whole. 5. Integration of insights. After the visualization, the patient is guided to integrate the insights they gained from the experience. This might involve reflection on how this cosmic perspective changes their view of themselves, their problems, and the meaning they attach to life. 6th, reaffirmation of the self. Following the visualization and integration, the patient is encouraged to reconnect with their higher self, the part of them that aligns with the greater, transpersonal aspects of existence. This reaffirmation helps them return to their everyday life with a renewed sense of purpose and meaning. Steps 5 and 6 could be better clarified, especially for those unfamiliar with psychosynthesis. Here's an expansion on those ideas. Step 5. Facilitating positive insights and a calm perspective. In this step, the therapist plays a crucial role in ensuring that the patient does not feel overwhelmed by the vastness of the astronomical universe or by the realization of their relative smallness. Instead, the therapist helps the patient see this broader perspective as a source of liberation. By understanding their problems in the context of something far greater, the individual is guided to perceive their issues as manageable and less all-consuming. The therapist encourages positive insight, reinforcing the idea that while life is vast, their role and choices within it still hold meaning. This sense of calm, paired with a widened perspective, can lead to reduced anxiety and greater clarity. Step 6. Reconnecting to the higher self. The term higher self can be perplexing if not properly explained. In Assagioli's context, the higher self refers to the refined, more authentic part of a person that transcends the day-to-day ego. It's the refined spiritual aspect of the self that connects with broader values, purpose, and higher dimensions of life and frequencies. It can be seen as the essence of the human spirit. Reconnecting to the higher self, in this sense, means tapping into and becoming comfortable and realigned with one's core spiritual values, strengths, and sense of purpose, much of which is shared collectively and might have been obscured by everyday concerns or struggles and conditioning in society. This process allows individuals to regain a sense of direction and meaning, not just from a personal or ego-driven perspective, but from a more holistic and spiritually aware experience. Through this, the person can feel more aligned with their true purpose and nature, and capable of integrating the insights gained from the cosmic visualization technique into their life in a practical, meaningful, and enduring way. By grounding the patient in this expanded sense of self, Assagioli's approach helps them re-enter their daily life with more resilience, clarity, and a deeper understanding of their connection to the universe astronomically and beyond, an experience that has a good chance of being reinforced and taken further by the individual on their own particular path of return through the stratified reality of the universe. If you're finding this content interesting, like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. By guiding individuals into a state where they can shift perspective, the technique helps reduce the dominance of maladaptive neural patterns, like excessive amygdala-driven fear responses, and promotes more balanced, integrative brain states. The process of expanding awareness through cosmic visualization or similar techniques promotes whole brain synthesis, allowing for the activation of higher, more coherent brainwave patterns like gamma waves, which are associated with cognitive clarity and heightened awareness. This shift not only helps dislodge entrenched, dysfunctional thoughts and emotional reactivity, but also enables a more profound transformative process, where individuals are empowered to step out of limiting patterns of thought, emotion, and behavior. The result is a calmer, more centered state, where better, more conscious choices are made, leading to lasting change in the way one interacts with their inner and outer world. The hero's journey aligns well with the process of personal transformation in therapy. Like the hero's journey, therapeutic work often begins with a call to action, an internal or external force that pushes a person to confront their challenges and approach self-realization and self-actualization wholeheartedly. The therapist's role is similar to that of a mentor in the hero's journey, helping the individual navigate difficulties, face the point of no return, and transform in ways that prepare them to re-enter their life in the normal world with greater resilience and insight. Insofar as the hero's journey is the essence of life itself, mentors can be found in many places, including within us via the higher self, which mediates the flow of energy from higher states of consciousness emanating from the primary source. The refusal to take the call to action in the hero's journey leaves individuals in a state of arrested development and closed-mindedness, where growth is stalled and dysfunctional patterns persist, leading ultimately to a more substantial tipping point down the track. It's only when people accept the call, whether willingly or through the inevitability of life's challenges, that they can undergo the transformation necessary to experience a synthesized, thus aligned self. Psychosynthesis, with its emphasis on integrating the higher self and using existential techniques, provides a structured way to guide individuals through this journey, offering tools to foster transformation and break free from those limiting holding patterns that keep people disoriented. Remember that psychosynthesis is fairly basic compared to other more developed systems, which is partly because it was a means by which to gain entry into transpersonal psychology and expansive spirituality that drew on and went beyond Freudianism and Jungian psychology. In this regard, it can readily be augmented with the understanding and incorporation of a variety of other practices readily available today, such as the Gateway process by the Monroe Institute with its binaural beats for hemisync, modern neuroscience, Buddhist and Hindu techniques, and insights regarding categorizations of states of consciousness, and also other mystical traditions from around the world and history. Moreover, it should be noted that Assagioli's technique can only be done once a degree of expansive astrophysics has been learnt, which can inspire lifelong learning in itself. We can engage in a personal exploration of astrophysics, incorporating it into our everyday lives for the duration. For example, we can intermittently meditate on images from deep space and remind ourselves of the cosmos throughout the day and in meditation sequences, such as the position of the planets, the Sun, Moon, and the Milky Way, as well as the nature of the Earth, hurtling through space, providing the experience with a sense of motion. This can be aided by astronomy apps that show the locations relative to your position. While we invariably visualize this content incorrectly, these simulations are inherently valuable as they develop mapping skills, which are essential for navigation, and navigation is an essential component to life, here in the world and in the hereafter. In fact, the essence of the path of return is navigation, a quality that emerges intuitively with higher states of consciousness. In this regard, having a deep sense of where we are, could only foster self-realization, a profound awareness of who and what we are that transforms brain states, functioning, and dispositions, noting that structural volume and connectivity deficits in the brain will need longer to transform and require continued dedication once ameliorated. Thank you for watching, and remember to think expansively and align with the hero's journey of the higher self. Topics related to what I've discussed in this video will be covered more on this channel, so if you found this exploration interesting, hit like and subscribe, comment, and join us next time as we continue to explore consciousness and the nature of reality.